Says I'm live. I think I'm live. I don't see myself yet. There I am. Hello. What is happening? What is going on? Welcome to another Plus One Daily. My name is John Olson. Honored, grateful, thankful. Hello, Marlon. That you've decided to spend some time with me today. We're going to talk actually about some serious business content today. This is crazy. This is completely insane. And we're going to talk about a formula that everybody seems to start with this in this business. And they don't have the process right, if that makes any sense. Hi, Scott. Hello, Janelle. We're going to talk about what most people do when they first get started online. They first get started online, they usually jump right into advertising. They're involved with an online opportunity, their own business, their own service. They jump right into advertising. That's it. They don't second guess it. And it's not their fault, because you've been told, or it's been taught out there, to basically just advertise consistently. Over time, you'll get results. Well, there's a few steps that happen before that. And advertising is critical. Okay? Advertising, I think, even more so, is more important nowadays than it's ever been. Out of sight, out of mind. So it's really, really important to advertise. But I think you need to do a few things before you start advertising that will really help you get better results. Hello, Ken. Welcome. And we're going to talk about this little formula: branding, marketing, then advertising. So the kind of, it goes like that. Your brand, you need to market, then you advertise. And I'm going to go through each step and explain to you why I think this is a better way of advertising and marketing your business than what you might have already learned. So the first thing, it starts with the brand. And we hear that thrown around a lot. Branding. You need to have a brand. Personal brand is important. Brand this, brand that. Brand on a cow's behind. What is branding? Branding to me is the feeling and top of mind attitude that your customer will have when they think of you. When they think of you, they think of this. I'm not trying to be all things to everybody. I'm trying to do this one thing really, really good. That is my brand. If that makes sense. So when you're developing your personal brand, I read a really, really cool book about this. This is a stupid simple book. Like, literally, it took me an hour to read. It's filled with little cool little images and stuff, but it's the only book you will ever need on branding to start, run, and grow your business. By Michael Mandag and Lisa Polak. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name, but really, really cool book. And it showed me a few steps on how to develop your brand. And they had this nice little, idea that you need to have a clever brand, a clear brand, a connected brand, a crazy brand, a controversial brand. But for me, it was much more than just, coming up with witty mottos and stuff like that. Like, going back when I started getting involved in online business and stuff, my brand is, I wanted to be the expert at this topic. That was it. So I did everything in my power to learn everything I could about this topic. This topic was online marketing. So I did everything I could to become the expert in that. I tried, I went to seminars, I read books, I even wrote books. I mean, I was that in depth with, I needed to be the expert on that. So I wasn't trying to be all things to everybody. I was focused on being the best at this one thing. And when people thought of that one thing, they thought of me. So it took years. It didn't happen overnight. But the thing was that my brand was clear. It was connected. I connected to people. People, when they thought of that topic and that niche, they thought of me. But it took time. So for me to build my brand, this came before marketing, came before advertising, came before all this. When I sat back and said, I'm going to become the expert at this one topic and be better than anybody else, I could do the best I could to become the expert in that, that's when everything else started falling into place. So it wasn't until I built my personal brand as an expert in the field But then I started getting logos for my different websites. I started playing with color schemes, and I didn't really mess around. I didn't use pink polka dots. I used really strong colors like blues and reds. And anyways, that's a whole different topic about the branding of your logo and stuff. But let's talk internet marketing, affiliate marketing. You want to get a personal brand. You want people to think of you when they think of this. That's the first step. Now, obviously, that's a much bigger topic, and we can go in on that in future talks, but the big thing is that when you want people to think of you when they think of this. That is personal branding. I want to know the expert in list building, I'm going to think of so-and-so. And this takes time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes patience, persistence, but it happens. And then what happens is that then we can jump into marketing and learning how to market our brand to our customers. So there's a few things that people throw around the word marketing all the time. I actually went to school for marketing. I know there's textbooks ways like, SWOT analysis and marketing mixes and all that stuff. And I'm not going to bore you guys with this. This is how I consider marketing, is learning what to sell to who. How do you do that? How do you sell something to a specific audience? That to me is marketing. So there's a few things. You need to know your target market. You need to. This is part of marketing that a lot of people don't even address. They never say, hey, I need to learn who my ideal customer is, who my target market is. Well, you can ask. That's a way to find out. Ask your circle. Ask your mailing list. Ask your blog readers. Ask, what they like, what they don't like. Ask them, and you will start to develop a customer profile, a market profile, a target market profile. You'll start to learn what people want. And when you start learning what people want, you start being able to craft campaigns for that specific person. That's marketing. And that builds your position. See, we got this funny little little formula behind me. But the more you're marketing, the more you're learning how to market to your specific target market, your position is growing. So, for example, let's put this into real world, like how I did it. So, I developed the brand of being the expert in a specific niche in internet marketing. The more I learned about that niche, the more I asked and wrote blog posts about it, the more I was in tune with what the market wanted, my position started to grow. Not only was my brand growing, but my market share was growing because of everything I was doing to learn the ins and outs of what my customer wanted. The more I learned what my customer and target market wanted, the more my position grew, the more my brand grew, the more my reputation grew. I haven't even talked about advertising yet. This is just simply writing blog posts, coming up with a personal brand, learning what your customers want. Your position is starting to grow. Then we get into advertising. So again, going back to when we started this talk, most people jump right into advertising. They don't go, hey, I need to develop a personal brand. Hey, I need to learn what my target market is. Hey, I got to learn how to build my position in the market. They go right into advertising. Let's just start advertising. The more we advertise, the more business we're going to get. No, you need to do these things before you even advertise one website. Now, this is where advertising comes into play. If you're doing the personal branding properly and you're learning how to market, you're learning what your target market wants, needs, your position is growing, then advertising becomes stupid simple. And advertising is to keep your position. The more you advertise, the more you need to be consistent. You need to be out there in front of people all the time. But the more you're advertising, the more your position is maintaining itself in the marketplace. Advertising isn't necessarily, and this might really get a lot of people upset, advertising really is not always to get new customers. Advertising is almost to retain customers and retain your position. Your personal branding, your brand, your marketing, that's going to grow your customer base. Think about that. Think about how most people come to know you. A lot of it is word of mouth. A lot of it is people recommending you, referral, affiliate marketing, stuff like that. Advertising is to maintain your position. Yeah, you get new customers for advertising. That's obvious. The more you advertise, the more people are going to start to see you, know, like, and trust you. But a lot of this, I think, we mess up is that we don't focus on the personal brand, the brand of our companies, the brand of our businesses, and we don't focus enough on learning what your customers want. And that's marketing to me. Learning what they want, asking them what they want, developing that customer profile that allows you to advertise effectively. This is a massive problem for most people, is that they're spending money in advertising, but they're not getting any results because they're not focusing on the marketing and the branding of their company or personal brand. If you focus on that, advertising is stupid simple. Now, yeah, we need to be tracking and doing split testing and learning what works and what doesn't. But I think a lot of it will be a lot easier for you guys if you focus on learning who your customer is, learning the customer profile, get your personal brand out there so that your position grows. Use advertise to maintain your position. Yes, that will attract new customers. But the big thing is the personal branding. The big thing is the marketing, learning, and asking what your customer wants. So, again, I think the big problem we have is that we focus on advertising only. And even if we do personal branding and a little bit of, market research and stuff, we do that after we start advertising. I think we need to go back a few steps, learn your target market, ask what your target market wants. Then you advertise, and that's when the results start coming in. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk. I know it's a little bit very businessy, but if that makes sense, the formula is there. We need to stop just concentrating on advertising. We need to learn how to build a personal brand. We need to learn how to market effectively that grows the position, and then we start advertising. It's a good point, Ken. Again, I think that comes into play with your marketing, with your personal brand. Yeah, it could be advertising, but the follow-up, to me, a lot of that you can use to ask your customer and see what they click on and what they don't. Now, if I'm going to just go kind of a little off topic here a little bit. When we're sending emails, we should be tracking every single link that we put into the email. We should be seeing where people are clicking. We should see, what's engaging them, what's making them click. A lot of times people don't even do that. They just throw an affiliate link, put it in their email, and say, okay, now I'm an affiliate marketer, email marketer, please buy my stuff. Following up is really, really important, but you got to have the stats and the data to, again, this is marketing, learning how to market, right? So that you get higher click-throughs. So yeah, emailing is advertising. It could be used as market research too as well. But the more you start learning about what people are clicking on and what they're not clicking on, the more effective you can be in your email marketing. Same type of thing. So always ask your customers what they want. You can do surveys on your blog. You can ask them for feedback. You can, get a little mastermind group of like-minded individuals. Ask them what they feel, how they, what they think of your brand. That's really good research. That will help you develop the personal brand better, the market position better, which allows you to advertise a lot more effectively. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's Plus One Daily. I will be back on Friday. Hope you guys are having an amazing week. Be good to each other. And if you need anything, or if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can get me on the blog or on Skype. John Olson is the username. And if you need me at Twitter, it's John_G_Olson. That's always the best way to get a hold of me. I'm always on Twitter. I love Twitter. Twitter is great. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. I will see you guys on Friday. Remember, don't worry about advertising right off the bat. Learn to build a brand first. Learn to market that brand. Then advertise. Then you're home free. No, then the fun really starts. Toodles. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.